Hi ladies and gentlemen, back again, Bathrobe Chronicles number 154. I've been messing around with this idea for several years, and for lack of a better term, I want to call it budget by conscience. Now, what the heck do I mean by that? Well, as you know, and as we all know, our government is deeply in debt. You know, we're spending money that no telling when we'll ever be able to pay back, if ever. So, what's my idea to come to grips with this? Oh boy, I know I'm going to get some stones thrown at me about this one. Here's what I think we should do. I think we should sort of line up what's important. In other words, what do we really need? Now some of you might say, oh gosh, you sound like a socialist. I don't even know what that means. Oh gosh, you sound like a rabid liberal. I think I have an idea what that means. But here's what I would do in all seriousness. If I were the dude in charge, which I'm not, as you guys know. Excuse me. Here's what we would do. We would say, what must we have and what do we want to provide for our citizens? Now, just off the top of my head, I would say, you know, everybody should have some kind of shelter. Whether it's minimal or not, they should have a place to go at night and sleep. We should all have food. We should all have medical care. We should be able to get an education. We should have certain services to protect us and help us, like police, fire department, so on and so forth. And let's just say we could get a consensus on this. And let's just say that most of us would agree that these are sort of the things we need. Now, am I saying I want a welfare state where we don't have to work and the government provides all of this? Of course not. I am not saying that. And the so-called welfare state kinds of people, no. In other words, people who can work need to go work, daggone it. So I'm not saying that this is just this giant handout. I'm saying this would be sort of an ideal that the government should shoot for, in my opinion. Now, so what do we do with this budget? Well, it's real simple. We start up there of these things we're going to provide that we, the people, assuming there was a consensus, we need to provide. And that's what we do, and we start providing that. Okay, now, when we get down to what we said we were going to provide, then we'll look real closely at the rest of this stuff. In other words, let me pose this question to you. Is it better for a citizen to be out there on the streets? A citizen who is out there, not because of anything they've done, just because they fell on hard times or whatever. They're willing to work, they're willing to do anything to get themselves going again, but they aren't able to. Now, should we step in and help them because of this new budget that I have? Or should we say, I was going to use the bad word, but I won't. Should we say, screw them, I'd rather give the city $1 million to build a new opera house? What do you think? Or I'd rather pay public radio however much they're getting. Am I saying public radio is or isn't important? No, I'm not taking a stand on whether it is or isn't important. What I'm trying to say is, why should we be providing that money when we aren't providing, assuming there was a consensus, the bare minimums that we all need to make it from day to day? It just doesn't seem like, if we in fact would like to do that, that we can surely do it. But we need to get, you know, we need to stop all this so-called pork barrel crap, you know, like Sarah Palin's Bridge to Nowhere and all this other kind of stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous. But of course, what the heck do I know? You know, I'm just a schmuck out here running his mouth. But maybe that will be something for some of you to think about. I'm not sure. But I really think whatever we're doing now it just doesn't seem to be working. It truly doesn't. When we have people out there who are trying their darndest to make it, and for whatever reason aren't able to, and we really are not able or won't provide them any assistance. And the money's there, we're just spending it in different places. We really are. It's dreadful where our taxpayer money is going. You know, all these people who are out there running around on our nickel, flying here and there, taking their families on vacations. I mean, they even had the people in the service who were putting boob jobs on their credit cards that the service issued them. I mean, this is ridiculous. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Be glad to hear from any of you if there's anybody out there watching this, and if any of you have an opinion on this. Anyway, as Pat Condell would say, peace, ladies and gentlemen, peace.